Buying a home in today's market is not for the faint of heart. Hi, Dawn McAlpine here with Coldwell Banker West, and welcome back to my Monday morning musings. So over the weekend, I've spent a lot of time reading and delving into the market. I spend at least 30 minutes every day just getting to know what's happening in our market so I can advise my clients, whether buyers or sellers, as to the trends and what's happening. So this weekend I was reading an article by the National Association of Realtors, and they said that 62% of families or buyers are spending at least 3 months and longer in the market just looking for their home. And what is the reason? Competition. There are just so many buyers in the market looking, and there's so little inventory. It's the story we've been talking about for over a year now. And the pandemic has not had any impact on that, not slowed the market down at all. Across the country, the NAR says that there are 3.5 offers on every home listed for sale. And so that means only one family gets to move into that home and buy it. So that means 2 or 3 families, 2.5, are without a home. So they have to keep going and then going and going. And so that's why it's not for the faint of heart. You need to, if you've made the decision that you want to be a homeowner and you are ready to purchase that home, you can't give up or get discouraged because the competition is out there. You just need to make sure that you craft the best offer you can and make your offer compelling to the seller so they accept your offer. But it may take a while. The biggest frustration for buyers, and I can speak for my clients as well as the information from the National Association of Realtors, the biggest frustration is you spend days and hours combing online properties and going out and viewing those properties in person, and you find the one that you can just picture you and your family living in, and boom, you make an offer, but somebody else's offer gets accepted. And then you've fallen in love maybe with this home and you have to start over. Somebody in the office was saying it's like middle school love. You fall in love and a week later or 2 days later you break up and your heart is broken. And a lot of buyers are finding that when they make that offer, it just hurts so much. So you just have to remember, your end goal is to become a homeowner. Your end goal is to move your family out of your condominium or out of an apartment and into a home of your own. So if you keep that in mind and you just keep going, just don't quit, because there's a home out there that will work for you and your family and you'll love it. Just don't give up. The other thing to think about is we have been watching years, and especially this year of 2020, home prices explode. There are places here in San Diego County that have appreciated 25% in the last 12 months. And part of that reason is the pandemic. People who were living in a smaller home decided, really, we can afford a bigger home. We need a home with a bigger yard. We need a home with another room so I can use as an office because we're working from home and our kids are going to school from home. And so a lot of what's driven the market is people's housing needs changed this year. The other thing that really spurred us on is interest rates kept falling and falling and falling. And that was an intentional decision by the feds to shore the economy up to prevent it from collapsing. And so really the interest rates coming down really have done their job. And so families with the same monthly payment of whatever they may have been paying in rent or their mortgage payment on their smaller home or condominium, they could buy a more expensive house with all of the amenities and features that they were looking for. And because the interest rates were so much lower, their mortgage payment stayed essentially the same. So it was a win-win, right? Sell this house, upsize, or there were families who were thinking about retiring and then went ahead and did that. They downsized, they sold their home that was too big for them and bought a condominium or bought a smaller home that didn't have a pool or a yard to maintain. So 2020 presented us with a lot of housing need changes. And that was part of what drove the economy, drove the real estate market. And you compound that with low interest rates, and we had an exceptional year in real estate. So nobody has a crystal ball. And so I can't tell you for sure what interest rates are going to do in the next 3 months, 6 months, or a year. But industry experts are forecasting interest rates to slowly come up in 2021. And some of the forecasters are anticipating interest rates to average 3.5% to 3.9% by Q4 of 2021. The big question is now a good time to purchase a home or purchase any form of real estate in San Diego? The answer is yes. The old adage of when's the best time to plant a tree? Well, 20 years ago. The second best time to plant that tree is today. Start now. And that's true with real estate. Yes, real estate goes up and down. It fluctuates. But nobody bought a house this year for the same price your parents bought a home for in the 60s or the 70s or the 80s. Real estate historically appreciates, not 25% in a 12-month period, but pretty typically between 3 and 6% every year. Now, we had that horrible recession that was caused by the banking industry in 2008, 9, 10, where the lenders were selling bad products for consumers, interest-only products, that when the principal was added on, your mortgage payment doubled and you couldn't afford to pay the payment. Those were bad products for consumers, and consumers were taken advantage of. And there are rules now in place to prevent that from happening in the future. But right now, if we look historically, properties appreciate 3 to 6% every year, year over year. So if you buy one now, in 20 years, you're not going to say I paid too much for my home. You're not going to say, I wish I'd have waited one more year for interest rates to go up 0.5% or a full percent. You're not going to say, oh gosh, I wish I'd have waited another year for properties to appreciate another 3 to 6% or interest rates to go up. So if it's in the best interest of your family to purchase real estate this year, then it doesn't matter what the market does or what the forecasters predict. If it's the right thing and now is the right time for you to purchase a home, then now is the right time to purchase a home. If you have any questions about real estate and you're thinking about buying or selling or investing here in San Diego County, please give me a call. Let's have that conversation. Talk about what your goals are and what I can do to help you reach them. Again, Dawn McAlpine, Coldwell Banker West. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next Monday. Take care. Oh, be sure to like, subscribe, send me a comment. I'll talk to you soon.